what's up, guys? We're back in our usual spot. Actually, it's that spot. This is the backup spot. My room is the backup spot. But how you guys been? I holding myself accountable. The cut is going pretty great. Because this is a gym channel that we talk about a lot of things. Actually, you keep on seeing with this video, and I think it's time that I finally take this off, and stop. I stop only wearing this because you guys think that's the only thing I wear. You know, one thing I will mention is that the cut is going great. All thanks to God. The calories are getting dropped down. I've limited all the BS calories, which would be potentially the sugary drinks. I don't really drink sugary drinks. I only drink sugar-free stuff, but I mainly consume a lot of chicken, a lot more lettuce I've noticed, a lot more tomatoes. And if I do want a carb source, I would eat fruit before the gym, or I would eat protein bread or protein wraps, which are quite good as well. But for 8 more calories for the day, unfortunately, that's that. However, how are you guys? The last video, which was a tier list, it's a bit random, a bit goofy. Like, you just, for the people that do watch me, they'll be like, what is going on? But that was just something to switch it up, because I feel like the same stuff over and over again sometimes gets repetitive. But that being said, I feel like me speaking directly to the camera like this is so much more better, but I feel like we'll see. Actually, we'll see how it goes in this video. What I want to talk to you about, guys, is committing to something. Have commitment, have faith in yourself. A couple of days ago when I spoke about the fact that I drank quite a bit, and although I said I wouldn't drink, that's part of being human. I thought I would go over my calories and I would not be in a deficit. And I thought I had to do, which I did. I did 17,000 steps, and I went to the gym and I lowered my calories. And I realized before, in the past, when I went skinny after being big, I used to think that, you can't just have one day off where you don't make progress. So what you would do instead is you would overkill the next day. But guys, one day where you eat above your calories would not matter, because throughout the week, let's say on Monday, you eat in 500 deficit, but then on Tuesday, you eat 1,500 surplus. If you eat Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in a 500 surplus deficit, you would make up for the Tuesday binge eating, which is totally fine. Just because you had one day where you consume more calories than you expected does not mean you can't change that. One day it's not gonna make you fat. Now I want to speak for the people that do experience these things, that experience that. I myself openly admit to this. I have some sort of eating disorder nowadays, and I don't want to self-diagnose myself, but there's a lot of stuff like waiting for the calories to reset at 12 a.m. You feel bad after eating something super small like strawberries or an apple, and you have to do half an hour cardio to burn it off just so you can make up for that. You don't have to make up. All you have to do is stay consistent, stay within track. Now, why I'm saying this is because I failed so many times because of that reason. And I failed again, and now I'm back at it. I lean bulked, your boy lean bulked. Oh, let's give us a little flex. Your boy lean bulked, and now I got a bit of fat on me. I've gained a bit of muscle, but I've gained a bit of fat. And I stored more water. And although my face looks pretty much the same in every video, I can tell difference within my body. And the problem is that people wouldn't notice that and I would, so it bothered me. But all I wanted you to know is there's nothing wrong. You put on a bit of weight, you've packed some muscle on, you packed some fat. Now, how do you actually get rid of it? Just start doing a deficit. Don't go into these suicidal cuts, these extremely aggressive cuts, because they're not sustainable long term. If you want to do them, do them. Understand you have to consume as much protein as you can just so you can maintain the muscle that you've built throughout the time, throughout the years, or however long you've been training for. And guess what? You will be able to have a great physique because you don't want to look deflated and be flat and have no energy, which is what I was, but then be also really skinny because then you feel weird because, oh, I'm skinny, but I'm not seeing my abs. Then I must be doing something wrong. Well, yeah, I was doing something wrong. I was basically starving myself and expecting not to lose muscle, which is not how this thing works. It pretty much kills the whole purpose because my body would eat through my muscles so I can survive. Doesn't make sense, right? Make sure you are staying productive. That's another thing. Stay productive. Make sure you always keep yourself occupied and never listen to hate. You, when you go on your own journey, to the person who's watching this, everyone has their own journey, right? Everyone will go on their own journey. Everybody's gonna go through different things. Everybody's gonna take a different path. One thing I must say to you is that whatever path you have to take, remember why you started. Remember why you're doing this. And remember, hate, it comes and it goes and it comes again. Alright? Meaning that whatever you do, could be the next Mr. Olympia, the next biggest thing, the next paid person, highest paid person, you still get hated. It's how it works. It's life. When you want to do something successful for yourself, you get hated. Could be from family, could be from friends, colleagues, co-workers, bosses, managers. It doesn't matter. The one person who will never turn their back on you is God. God always has your back. And God is great. So if you ever do need energy and you feel like you have no energy, but you need something, you need that surge, that power to just get up and do something, well, ask God for help. Ask God for help. Ask God to give you energy. And it works each time. Every single time I don't want to do something, or every single time that I feel, pain or suffering doing something and I know it's not working out well, I ask God for help, and every single time He answers without fail. And I know to the people who don't believe this is true, because I know there's some of you out there, just please, the next time you try, you're in a tough suffering situation, you're in a situation where you're suffering, you feel pain, you feel helpless, ask God for help. Speak to God. Speak to God. If you speak to God, everything will be fine. I promise you. Because it works for me. And why would I sound arrogant? I didn't mean it like that. It worked for me. And I was so surprised when it happened. So I suggest you guys do that too. Because there's nothing wrong with it. Because social media seems to make people think that there's something wrong with speaking to God. We're human beings. We make mistakes. We have to ask for forgiveness. We have to ask God for forgiveness for our sins. Because we make mistakes every single day. We do make mistakes. But that makes us human. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. These videos are short. However, if you had to take one thing away, speak to God about it. God will never turn his back. God is always with you. And I hope you make him proud by being a better person, staying positive and staying productive. Don't be lazy. Do something. Get up and be someone. Because I know you can. I know you can. And if no one has said, you can. I'm saying it now. Have a blessed day, guys.